Frankenstein's got a journal, Wolfman has a blog. Swamp Thing tweets from down in his bog. Pete and Nash read it all, and now they're trying to see what's going on with these Vampire Diaries. Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast where a guy who has never seen the show, that's me, watches the series with a superfan.
That's me.
I am the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire, but please call me Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash.
Hello.
Ash, hey. I feel like this is going to be a meaty one.
Yes.
I think we just dive right in.
We need to. I actually want to start by giving my rating.
Whoa.
2 fangs.
2 fangs?
Such a good ep. I think the best one so far. I loved it. History repeating, episode 9.
Season 1, episode 9, history repeating. Do you want my score, or we'll do that later?
If you want.
That's a little tease.
Okay.
For the end. All right, cold open. Bonnie is tired in geometry class. Mm-hmm. Probably. That's what it is. They're measuring heights of shadows or something. Mm-hmm. And she's yawning.
Super tired.
In a cold open, if someone is yawning, what does that mean?
They're tired.
Mm-hmm.
They're dreaming.
They're dreaming.
Well, we know that Bonnie was asleep in the woods at the end of episode 8.
Yeah, but this is...
So you're going to be tired if you wake up in the woods.
Okay, yeah. I was like, this isn't that same sleep.
No.
No, she woke up from that, and presumably either that's the next day or she just hasn't been sleeping well in general.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's in high school. She's walking through the school halls. Mm-hmm. She sees figures. Mm-hmm.
Some shadowy stuff going on.
Yeah. Emily Bennett is posted up in the hallway. Leads Bonnie mystically back to the graveyard.
Yep.
And it was a dream, but then she wakes up and then it's still a dream, and then it was like 3 dreams in one, so it was Inception style.
Yeah.
End of cold open.
Yeah. But I mean, Bonnie is obviously experiencing some stuff with Emily Bennett.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some paranormal activity.
Okay.
Okay, so then we go and Elena's walking with Caroline. Mm-hmm. Caroline has Phoebe Buffet energy. How do you feel about that?
Okay.
The way her neck moves. She has, of course, the blonde hair, but also like she moves her neck like...
You're talking about from Friends.
Yes.
Phoebe from Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Phoebe.
in case.
Just in case some young teens...
Yeah, some people
you know
may
what?
not know.
But teens are watching Friends more than anyone.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I can see that.
They're binge watching it, Ash. They're Netflix and chilling.
We know those terms.
Uh-huh.
We're not that old, you guys.
We're in our very late 20s. She said it was awkward with Matt.
Well, yeah.
And why would you say that it was awkward with Matt?
Because they were both awkward.
But what led them to being awkward together?
Being in the bed together.
Yes. Okay. And I said they were so awkward because he left his shoes on in the bed.
Oh, yeah, right. That is also awkward.
And
he's like, I had to get up and leave out of the bed before you noticed I slept with my shoes on.
Yeah, so he snuck out, and then she woke up with her bare feet kicking pebbles down by her toes.
Never invited in her bed again.
We're trying to say he's a good guy. He's wearing his shoes in the bed. Mm-mm. Yeah, she had little sandy crumblies.
Okay, but this...
Okay, anyway.
That didn't actually happen. That's just our presumption.
Okay. Okay, hey, we meet Alaric.
Alaric.
Uh-huh, he knew I was going to say it that way, right? I wanted to say it that way.
He even said you're going to want to say it like this.
I did want to.
Alaric.
Alaric Saltzman. Mm-hmm. The actor playing Alaric Saltzman was the boyfriend in Legally Blonde. Mm-hmm. Would this must have been after, right?
Yeah, definitely. Also, the actress who plays Emily Bennett plays a character named Maya on Pretty Little Liars.
Oh.
More teen crossovers.
And speaking of teen crossovers, I thought that this Salt Man was the guy from Cruel Intentions, who has a funny line that I won't repeat.
Not one of the main characters.
No, he's like a guy who I think at one point hooks up with Pacey. I thought it was... Wait.
Yeah, you thought it was that guy.
I thought it was that guy, but no, that guy is an actor who was on the OC as Jack Hess.
Yeah, Principal Hess.
Dean Hess.
Oh, yeah, Dean Hess.
So there's a lot of crossover, a lot of...
Incestuous?
Yes, incestuous.
I got it. I pulled it out.
Hey, do you have any history with history teachers or history class?
I was really bad at history class, and it was the lowest grade I got in college. It was super hard. I also had a history teacher in high school. I think he was my civics teacher, and he took his job very seriously. And
I didn't have a civics teacher. I had an Accord teacher.
what? Oh, like a car?
Yeah, Honda joke.
Oh, gosh. But he took his job very, very seriously, and I feel like there were rumors. I don't know that if he said it or people said that he had said it at some point that our school was haunted.
Oh, I like that. Well, the school in this show is haunted with at least Emily Bennett.
Yeah,
she was
at
there.
least in episode 9.
I had like a very young history teacher in high school. He was fresh out of college, and he was like, hey, I'm going to be a history teacher. And he said that him and his mom had matching panther tattoos. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, I do have a matching tattoo with my mom now.
Oh, yeah, right.
So,
and me. We all have matching ones.
Yeah, and I have a matching tattoo with my bro. And me and you have a couple.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was like, this guy has a matching tattoo with his mom. But now that just is me. Stefan, shirtless, tatted, and ripped. Did you see he has a tat, speaking of tats? Do we know that? Do we know that tattoo?
Not as his character, no.
Yeah, so this is just Paul's tattoo. This isn't Stefan's tattoo, right?
Yeah. It's just Paul.
Also, like, Stefan, obviously, he has a tattoo. Stefan is getting a tattoo?
Well, why not? He's been alive for about 100 million years. You can just get tattoos.
And
you're going to tell me that you wouldn't have gotten a tattoo if you were a vampire?
Oh, I'd be tatted up.
I know. Exactly.
18 forever. Damon. All right, Stefan's tatted and ripped. Talking to Damon. Damon got him coffee. That's nice.
Yep. Yeah, because he's trying to make up for killing his best friend Lexi.
I know, right?
So I'll give you some coffee.
They're so bantery for having Damon killed one of Stefan's oldest best friends. He's like, here's some coffee. And also we're like tossing bon mots or whatever back and forth, like little quibbles.
But that's what
quips and quibbles.
Yeah, that's what Stefan's kind of saying. He's like, you just killed my best friend, and now you're just gonna like joke around with me. But then instead of getting mad, he kind of just goes along with it and starts acting like Damon, and then Damon starts acting like Stefan.
That's very cute of them to do that. I'm a little sidetracked because I'm watching our very old pug walk up her steps onto the couch. She has her own designated steps to get onto the couch. Oh, my IKEA laptop, little thing that you put on your lap so your laptop doesn't burn your legs, was in her way.
Of her pillow.
She's doing a couple turns.
Oh, good girl.
Good girl. She watches all the eps with us, and she pods with us as well.
Hey, speaking of teen shows, our pug is named Summer after Summer from the OC.
Yes.
So we love our teen shows.
We love our teen shows. Sometimes I'm skeptical about them.
Do we need to get another pug and name it Stefan?
Ooh.
No, it would be Seth. We already said that.
Yeah, or Blair.
Or Blair if it was a girl. From Gossip Girl.
Yes. Okay. Elena and Bonnie talking about ghosts and stuff. Bonnie doesn't want any part of it. She isn't ready to accept her call to action yet, Ash. Bonnie is on a classic hero's journey in writing. She's not ready to accept her call to action. She's still in her Act 1.
You're saying she was talking to Caroline about ghosts?
No, Elena.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Elena and Bonnie, they're hashing it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, do you believe in ghosts? And Elaine's like, well, yeah. And she's like, okay, well.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago I wouldn't have, but in the... Has these 9 episodes only been over 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Tanner got killed. Vicky got killed. All these people just got killed in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's super intense.
Also, speaking of this whole 2-week timeline, yeah, the comet was just like last week or something, and we get some little info about why the comet mattered, which I still don't understand. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that happened a week and a half ago.
It must have been a really warm, like September, because
maybe early November.
No, it must have been a really warm mid-October for them to have that Sexy Suds car wash.
Seriously, because they had Halloween.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Virginia? Come on, Virginia. Okay. Saltzman sets Jeremy on a path.
Just call him Alaric, please.
No.
Yeah. Or Rick. He said you can call me Rick.
Okay, I'll call him Rick. Call me Rick. Rick!
He doesn't go by Saltzman in this show.
All right, Rick sets Jeremy on a path to write a report. He's like, really dig deep. Go into the history.
Go into the local history.
The local history. And he has an interesting ring. I wonder what happens when he takes the ring off. Perhaps he looks very old. Right?
You might finally get your wish.
I would love that. I mean...
Is that a real Pete-diction right there?
He's giving off vamp vibes. Mm-hmm. He asked if someone will let him in later. I would love if that was a little misdirect and he was like a Frankenstein or something. Just kidding. But no,
I mean, just kidding, just so you wouldn't be embarrassed, but that's what you really want.
If he was a Frankenstein,
yeah.
If he took off his shirt and he was pieced together by big staples and other people's flesh, that would be incredibly awesome.
Okay.
And he doesn't have bolts in his neck, but maybe bolts as nips. And Aunt Jenna is tweaking them.
Oh my gosh, this has taken a turn. We're only like in 3 minutes into this episode.
Oh jeez Louise, tweaking some bolt nips.
Okay.
All right. Matt cuddled with Caroline. Oh, and during this scene I was like, all right, not just Phoebe Buffet, but Phoebe mixed with Monica, because she's got that Monica.
Oh yeah,
that Monica energy,
that fast vibe.
Mm-hmm. And then Matt hits her with that was a lame girl move.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because she kept calling him a lame guy over and over again.
Uh-huh.
And so
he fried her up.
He served her back. And she was like, oh.
Yeah. He said, you got served. Stefan's not going to school anymore, he says, and Elena is torn up about this. Me? I'm wondering, was he doing his assignments and stuff? Like, was he taking the tests? Was he doing the homework? Or was he just straight up failing? Because we know
That's a good question.
We know that he, pun intended, schooled Tanner,
yeah.
Right? But so he was good at history, and I guess he's seen all this before, so he would be able to easily. But still, you have to turn in like a piece of notebook paper where you wrote down your answers.
He can do stuff like really fast. He could just be like, and he knows so much. He already went to college.
Yeah, Yale or whatever.
Yeah, so you can just be like, I'm done.
But even if it takes him 2 seconds,
let me tell you what.
It still seems like a lot of work.
This show does not ever show anyone doing their schoolwork, especially Stefan.
The last episode, Jeremy.
Okay, only Jeremy.
Okay, all right.
That's the only schoolwork you'll ever get to see.
The only...
no one cares about as much as you.
Work Stefan, we see him doing is unsnapping a couple buttons on that shirt.
I was going to say him climbing up out of the bed and flexing every single ab on his side body.
Which I said, that's a lot of ribs that he has. All right. Damon wants the crystal. And he wants to team up with Bonnie. He knows about Emily. I guess he didn't want to team up with Bonnie. He just wanted to...
But we later find out that he's made a promise to Emily to protect her family in turn for what she did with the crystal.
Yeah, and Bonnie and Grams are Emily's descendants.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's why he's not like just forcefully getting what he wants. Also, he did try to get the crystal off her neck, and it stinged him or whatever. Stung him? Stinged?
That was Caroline. He did that too? Not just Caroline?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. I had a mid-show Pete-diction when Elena and Bonnie are driving, and Bonnie throws the crystal into the marshland. Mm-hmm. I said, that's going to be back in her bed or something, that crystal. Mm-hmm. Jeremy... Yeah, and I was right, by the way.
Yeah, it came back in her purse later.
Yeah, Jeremy and Aunt Jen are at the grill. Jeremy already has a secret handshake with Saltzman day one.
I know, that made me laugh, too.
I don't believe it. All right, Damon. Of course, Damon is also at the grill. Everyone's just at the grill.
They don't have anywhere else to go.
It's like that restaurant in Pretty Little Liars where they have the picture of the burned up old man on the wall. Everyone just goes there all the time. Damon is boozing because he's not sucking necks. Mm-hmm. Hey, me too. Sometimes, right?
Yeah.
You're not sucking necks, you got to booze. Stefan just gets a hot coffee, right? Mm-hmm. Because we know vampires like two things. Coffee and booze. If they can't have blood. All right. Ladies.
I'm just letting you take that one.
Okay. Elena coordinates a ladies' takeout and manicure night. Mm-hmm. You ever had one of those?
I don't think we did takeout when we were kids.
Well, they're not kids. They're teens.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. Teens. You didn't have takeout as a teen?
Mm-mm. Not in my little small town.
You didn't, like, go to a restaurant and get the takeout to bring home even?
No.
I guess not. When we were young, not every single thing was delivery like it is now.
We only got pizza delivered, like, on Fridays. But that was, like, my family, not, like, my girlfriends.
I feel like me and my friends would pick up stuff and go eat it in some basement.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
I'm not bragging.
We ate, like, home-cooked meals from our parents and then listened to music in our bedroom or something like that.
Sounds great. Caroline and Bonnie try to make up, and then my Pete-diction came true.
Yes.
The crystal was back again. Crystal is back.
Crystal's back.
Hey, by the way, we watched Hamilton.
Yeah, on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus. We watched Hamilton on Disney Plus, and I said this would be a lot better if Eminem played Alexander Hamilton.
And I said I would pay any amount of money to see that because it would be so good.
I would pay the price that people actually paid to see the thing.
To see it with Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Uh-huh. I would pay that price to see it with Eminem.
Me too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We'd be poor if we both went.
Yeah, you would pay any price. I would pay like $1,000 or whatever, and then we just have $0. There was some good rap references in Hamilton.
Rap beat references too.
Yeah, you could
samples.
You could tell Lin-Manuel likes rap music. Yeah. He likes history. He likes Broadway. He's a student of all those things.
He came up with a really, really good show.
Yes. I just don't know if he's a star.
Yeah.
Which he has proven himself to be, though.
Yeah, I think he should just keep making musicals and not be the star in them. Unpopular opinion, probably, but that's how I really feel.
People love him. He's great. I wish him the best.
Of course.
But do I want to see Eminem taking his shot?
Yes.
That'd be great. Ooh, and also speaking of Eminem and Hamilton, like I said, when Hamilton wrote those papers, spoiler alert, I guess, I don't know, about...
It's history, it's not that big.
About him having his affair. Mm-hmm. That's a lot like the last rap battle in 8 Mile. Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying while I was watching the musical.
You were, yeah.
All right, whatever.
Where are we at, Pete?
Okay, it's funny when supernatural things are filtered through a teen sensibility. Like they're having sort of a bitchy gal fight, but it's about being a witch, not like kissing the same guy or something. Mm-hmm. So like
that was like the most mad that they've ever been at each other in this show.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, blah 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 blah," but it's like because she's a witch, not like You stole my... But
it's not all about that she's a witch. It's about that Caroline feels left out.
Yes.
And Caroline's like, you guys never tell me anything. Why can't I be a part of this conversation? However, Caroline is keeping a big secret from Elena that her ex-boyfriend Matt just slept in her bed and cuddled her with his shoes on.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that.
So she's keeping secrets too. She's so upset that she's keeping secrets, but she's keeping secrets herself.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The shoe in the bed is on the other foot, it seems like.
Something like that.
All right. Is Saltzman a vamp?
Alaric.
He has a ring. His wife died young, he said. And I'm like 100 years ago or something? That was my question. Or maybe a vamp killed his wife. Or he's a vamp and he has a young ring, a young-looking ring.
So many Pete-dictions right there.
He definitely came in the mix. He's not a one episode and done fella.
Definitely not.
Like Lexi. It's fun for Damon and Stefan to have fun together. But Stefan for sure is just trying to get something out of it. And Damon can kind of tell, but I think Damon's along for the ride a little bit.
I know. It's kind of cute that Damon for sure knows the whole time that Stefan is trying to get something from him.
Yeah.
But they're just having fun, and they're like, we never have fun, so let's just have fun, even though we know that there's another reason for this. Playing darts and drinking coffee and alcohol. And then playing football, which was so cute because they have the flashback, and Damon's like, remember, I'm the one who taught you how to play this game.
Yes.
When Damon came back from the war and was like, hey, brother, let me teach you what I learned.
Yeah, and they're acting like
a
little
kid.
12-year-olds or something. Yeah, that was great. Okay.
And they played football fast.
Yeah, and it was like the baseball scene from Twilight, which is bad.
Yeah.
The baseball scene is bad. I can't speak to the whole Twilight saga.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Okay. Caroline, Bonnie, Elena. But Caroline's like, do a seance. Why would they say yes to that?
I will tell you exactly why. Because girls in
Just
middle school and high school have seances.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Do you have seance history, like your history teacher history? Okay. Tell me about that. But first, has anything good ever come from a seance? In every movie, the seance leads to the bad thing. And it sets off a whole, like a Ouija board. Has that ever done anything good in anyone's life, in real life or in a movie or anything?
Well, I guess that's a rhetorical question. But the real answer to the question is, I love the movie Now and Then growing up. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time still. And it's actually written by the same person who wrote Pretty Little Liars.
What?
Which I learned way later, so that was fun. But they do a seance in that movie, and my girlfriends and I growing up, we went on my front porch. What a terrible place for a seance. I feel like it was in the middle of the day, but probably it wasn't. And we tried to do a seance. And
you got to go back porch or patio.
We should be inside in like the dark.
Oh, okay. And
my dad scared us because my dad is the king of scaring us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and we were like, we were screaming. But like at sleepovers and stuff, we would always do light as a feather, stiff as a board. And I swear to you that I have been lifted up by pure fingertips before. And lifted way up into the air. And also we used to do this game on your back. I don't remember what it's called. But you crack an egg and you do that whole thing. And then and then we would also rub each other's temples and try to...
Do you cut a string and you can feel it or something?
Yeah, and then you rub their backs and stuff. And then we would also rub each other's temples with your eyes closed. And then we would say you see a door, and then you open that door, and then what do you see? And then we would have this conversation like that, and it felt like you were really seeing it. But I mean, I'm sure it's just your imagination. But it was but it seemed so spooky and fun.
Okay, so good stuff does come from it.
Yeah, it was fun. And in the movie Now and Then, They think that something supernatural happens, but it doesn't. They're misled as little girls. And
that's probably what happens 99.9% of the time.
Did you do supernatural type things?
No, I would never do like a Bloody Mary heck no, not doing that. Or Candyman or
light as a feather, stiff as a board is the best.
If a bunch of dudes were doing like light as a feather, stiff as a board or whatever, it would just be like, all right, bro, lay down. We're going to do this light as a feather. And then they would start doing it. And then someone would flick someone's nuts.
Oh, gosh.
Like the guy laying down would get their nuts flicked.
Well, then you would fall straight to the ground.
Well, yeah. So any sort of thing where you were trying to be serious or spooky or whatever, it would just be like a nut flicking.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I had so much fun doing that stuff as a kid.
That's awesome. After that seance, which doesn't go well, right? Oh yeah, we're gonna jump back and forth. So that's like intercut with Damon and Stefan hanging out. So we'll go back to the seance a little bit more, but we jump to more bonding, the football a little bit. But Damon is super on to Stefan. He knows what's up. Mm-hmm. They talk about Catherine.
Yep.
Which I feel like they do mention her pretty often, but Stefan was trying to get a little deeper.
Well, it's like Stefan and Damon have never talked about it before. They never had a conversation like what really happened in 1864.
Okay, that, yes, but they mention her to each other all the time, yeah.
Because typical boys, they don't talk about the real stuff.
The real. Stefan saw Catherine last. Damon is PO'd. Mm-hmm. Damon says he's going to bring her back. What does that mean? Mm-hmm. So it must not be Elena with the vampnesia. There must be some physical Catherine somewhere.
So what do you think about that? But does it change your prediction about why Elena and Catherine look the same? So you might be able to hear a helicopter outside.
Yeah, I hear a big old helicopter out there. Well, I think just listen to the helicopter rotor spinning. Why they look the same? I don't know. Good cue.
Okay, we'll think on it.
All right. Emily is in Bonnie now.
Yep, the seance worked.
The seance worked. Emily in Bonnie. You can tell that Bonnie is Emily now because she doesn't move her arms when she runs.
And you can see Emily Bennett's reflection in the mirror when it's supposed to be Bonnie.
Damon says that Catherine is trapped in a tomb. Mm-hmm. And he explains all this stuff in a very funny way. Mm-hmm. That was funny. Mm-hmm. He was good at doing that. Mm-hmm. And they mentioned the comet, and now it's not so random that episode 2 is like, hey, we're meeting in the town square to watch this comet.
Yeah. So basically they're saying that the old church, when it was burned down, that Emily Bennett actually sealed the 27 vampires underneath because Damon wanted her to save Catherine. But now Emily's like, we can't let these 27 vampires loose and kill all these people in this town. But that is exactly what Damon wants because he's so, he wants revenge on the town.
I've heard of 27 Dresses starring Katherine Heigl, but 27 vampires?
That's how I know you didn't listen to anything I just said.
No, but I heard it in some kind of way. And I heard it when he was talking about it.
Okay.
Emily, yeah. Everyone goes to the graveyard. Damon is weak from no blood. That was smart.
From no human blood, yeah.
That was smart that they set that up. Mm-hmm. So Emily puts him in a tree, stabs him through the waist.
Yep.
With the tree branch. Aunt Jenna and Saltzman
Alaric
are having a little date. Well, she says it's not a date, but they were hanging out.
They were.
And Jenna does not invite him in. Nope. So that's good.
She's like, because of Jeremy.
Yeah, that's good for now that she didn't invite him in.
Yeah,
if he's
so now
some kind
you're
of
like,
vamp.
what's going on? Is he a vamp? What's happening here?
Jeremy is doing some deep diving for his report. Mm-hmm. He finds a diary. Jonathan Gilbert from 1864. He was around. Mm-hmm. This ancestor was around.
Mm-hmm. But Gilbert founding families. Mm-hmm. But now they don't. Now, like, they're missing a whole generation because their parents are dead, and now it's just Jeremy and Elena. I wonder what would really have happened in the show if her parents were around.
They wouldn't be able to have seances without getting scared by their dad, I'll tell you that much. They wouldn't be able to be knocking on the 2 doors to the bathroom without the dad being like, hey,
yeah,
girls.
Stop knocking on those doors.
Girls, leave those doors alone. Hey, stop locking the doors.
That's true.
What's your experience? Yeah. What's the deal with these doors, these bathrooms that have 2 doors to them?
And my bathroom was never that fancy.
That is a fancy thing.
Yeah.
It's either a fancy thing or like a beach house thing. I've like stayed at a beach house where that's been a thing, or like a beach condo.
Yeah, because you have like one bathroom and you need to access it from the living room and the bedroom. But yeah, in nicer houses, you can get double access bathrooms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and a bathroom between 2 bedrooms, that's like a thing in these kind of shows.
That's what my friend Kelly had. Mm-hmm. It was a bathroom between her room and her sister's room.
Yeah, that's fun. There are other vamps hidden with Catherine. Hidden with Catherine? No, trapped.
Yeah, trapped. I already said this.
I know. Yeah. Emily, but Emily, so Emily goes and does a pentagram. Emily within Bonnie does a little pentagram, sets it on fire. Emily in Bonnie destroys the crystal, shoots it up in the air, does a little firework. Mm-hmm. Then Damon is mad.
He's mad and sad.
He's very mad and sad.
He's smad.
He's very smad. And I guess like Emily pieces out in that moment because then Damon just attacks Bonnie's body and it's back to Bonnie again. Mm-hmm. And then Stefan always saving people with his blood. Mm-hmm. And her neck wound heals up.
And just like the sound of him biting his own skin and like them gulping the blood is like something I can never forget.
That's some good Foley work.
I was going to say ADR.
ADR is additional dialogue replacement.
Oh, okay.
But Foley is like when you step on some rocks to make your little sand sound. Yeah.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Yeah, probably someone like snapped into a Slim Jim and then like was glugging some Mountain Dew. You know these audio engineers. Yeah. They don't have the healthiest diet.
They're just eating for their jobs.
They're like, we didn't get good audio in that graveyard scene, so
can you eat your lunch now?
Yeah.
Record it.
I like that. Damon says Catherine never compelled him. He knew what was going on the whole time.
That's what he says. But if you're compelled, how do you know?
I don't know. I've never been compelled that I know of.
Exactly. And, you proved my point.
Stefan didn't really have a big response to that.
No. I think he's just internalizing it. Like, did she love him more than she loved me? Why did I need to be compelled and he didn't? Or is he lying? Like, he's got emotions.
Yeah, he did kind of one of these where you open your mouth and raise your finger and then close your mouth and then put your finger down.
Yeah, he had.
He's like, I expect maybe they did write something for him and maybe they even shot it, but then they chopped that bad boy out.
It's possible.
Seems like he would have responded to that. Is just what I'm saying. All right. Hey, now Elena, is she wearing beach footwear? Because she's flip-flopping all over the place.
I was like trying to remember what she was wearing. I was like, I know she's wearing a long t-shirt.
Because now she's saying we can be together.
Yeah.
I was just saying last episode.
Yep.
We can't be together. We can't be there. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, I told you it was a hard decision to make. But who else is flopping? Stefan. Because he goes, well, I can't.
If she's flip-flopping, he's sliding.
I was going to say he's flip-flipping.
Stefan is now the one saying he can't be with her.
Exactly.
He's not going to go to high school anymore. He can't be with Elena anymore.
No, he's seeing all the hurt that's come to the town and the people and Elena. And he's like, I can't do it.
It's always something with those two. Also, I would say it's very, like, narcissistic of him to be like, look at all the trouble I brought to the town, blah, blah, blah. But actually, it's just true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is just him and Damon.
Yeah.
Making a bunch of trouble. Mm-hmm. Coming home was a mistake, he said. Yeah. And then what he didn't say was, I have to go back to Nollins. Remember I said that?
That's your prediction?
Yeah, that him and Damon were hanging out in Nollins. Mm-hmm. So he was like, I have to go back to Nollins. All right. Here is the most controversial part of the episode.
What?
Now Matt is back in Caroline's bedroom. Now he's eating in bed with Caroline. First, he gets under the covers. Listen, he gets under the covers with shoes on. Mm-hmm. Now she brings all the snacks. I feel like
they had a jar of salsa on the covers.
I'm not even that mad at the salsa, but like a crunchy chip that you crunch up and it becomes salt. It becomes sand-like. And crumbly
cookies.
Oh my gosh.
If you're going to eat in bed, what can you eat in bed? Fruit snacks? That's acceptable. That's not going to make a mess. And I have a bowl of cereal. Acceptable. Okay,
this is coming from eating in bed apologist. You, me, I'm a staunch no eating in bed.
I know.
So I'm watching this scene mad.
I know.
Shoes under the covers.
Well, shoes under
eating
the covers
in bed
is not okay.
What's next, Ash? Is he going to come home from the beach and just pour his sand out in his shoes? Is he going to overturn her kitty's litter box?
Ew.
Right onto her pillows?
That's disgusting.
But it's in the same line with his behavior so far.
I know.
Confirm or deny?
Confirm or deny what?
That's the next thing he's going to do.
Deny.
Okay. But would you say that that's his MO? Is that what he's doing?
No.
He's coming into her bedroom to... Is he doing her laundry? Like, come on, Matt.
I know. I agree that it's disturbing, but that's not what we're here for, Pete.
Okay, so what is... I couldn't get the point of that scene. What's the point of that? Oh, they're building a relationship or something?
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to be like friends. He's like, I understand.
Oh, yeah. Because there was another scene that we didn't comment on where he was like, something about being in bed with you. I didn't like it. I don't like you. Like, so what was the point of that?
He was being so mean to her, but like not on purpose.
I thought that scene was supposed to be like...
No, but listen, he was doing a bad job of expressing his emotions. He was like, I didn't like you. I never have, but it was nice snuggling you. And then she keeps cutting him off because she's just feeling insulted over and over again. Mm-hmm. And he's like, but I get it. My mom and my sister are gone, and I get what it's like. And he's just like, I get it. But then I'm thinking, what does he get? Like, yeah, Caroline's not alone. She has her mom.
Sheriff Forbes.
Sheriff Forbes.
I truly did not really understand their scenes, and also probably I was just blinded with rage whenever he was around doing his sullying of her bed.
Well, to be fair, Caroline brought all the snacks into the bed.
I know.
So maybe she likes shoes in the bed.
Shoes in the bed, snacks in the bed.
All right, moving on.
That's you gave it a 2 fangs. I docked it. I docked it some points.
Oh my god.
Okay. We have a big old end montage. We love a good end montage, Ash. Mm-hmm. End montage, Ash.
Yikes.
Stefan is big sad. We haven't seen him be that sad
You've
before.
Never seen him sad. He's tearing. He looks at his diary and he throws it across the room.
We haven't gotten a good diary VO lately. Mm-mm. All right, but yeah, he throws it. He's so sad.
He
looked really sad.
He's like pulling his hair out. He looked like he was inconsolable.
He looked like if Bieber was doing like an emotional music video.
Oh, that'd be great. Bieber's not in enough of his own videos, by the way.
It's true. He phones them in sometimes.
Yeah, he's not even in them.
He very often is not in them.
I know. Right. He needs to be in there. But, man, Stefan being...
Beauty and the Beat, he's in that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Stefan being really sad, though, makes me emotional.
Yeah, he's trying his best. He's a 162-year-old vampire in love with a 16-year-old girl. It's tough.
What else is happening in this montage?
Elena tells Bonnie everything.
Yeah. But we don't get to hear what exactly she tells her.
No, and good. I watched 9 eps.
Yeah.
I love a good montage where people's lips are moving and I don't have to hear the thing again. If I already heard it, I don't want to hear it again. That's my big problem with these types of shows. As I've said on the podcast before, I've said most of these shows are like, here's what I'm going to do, here's what I'm doing, here's what I did, repeat.
Well, stop repeating yourself because you don't like hearing repeating.
Well, apparently people like it.
Not me.
Okay. And then the cherry on top of the whipped cream montage, Logan the weatherman is back. Mm-hmm. Coming over to Aunt Jenna and Elena and Jeremy's house, leaning up on the door, looking V pale, asking to be invited in. Mm-hmm. What do we think about that?
What do you think about that?
Seems like some vamp behavior.
You forgot to mention in the montage that Elena is also talking about how she broke up with, or how Stefan broke up with her this time, or I guess continued to be broken up with her, and she was also very emotional.
She was emotional, yeah.
That was important.
And in the montage, we saw Matt sneaking out into the garden with a trowel.
But Damon is sitting on a rock, also upset. So there's a lot of sad stuff going on.
Man, this makes me want to watch episode 10.
I know. We will.
I'm not going to tonight.
I know, but we will watch it.
Nah. Show is canceled. Vampire Diaries is canceled. No episode 10. All right. No game tonight. We had a great app. Don't need to sully it with the PD pod with a game.
Do you have any more Pete-dictions? Are you ready for your rating?
I'm doing my fangs and my Pete-diction.
Okay.
How many fangs? 1.666.
What?
Very good app, but we're building to something big, and I think that these next couple apps are going to be better than this episode, so I don't want to overrate this episode like my co-host.
You always like to rate your episodes based on other ratings. You don't need to do that. Just rate it like how it was when you saw it.
Yeah, 1.666.
Okay.
Pete-dictions. Those locked up vamps are definitely coming out. They're not just mentioning that to be like, and then, they're still in the ground and Catherine's down there. Those vamps, they're coming out.
Okay.
Stefan is going to have to choose between Catherine and Elena.
Okay.
That'd be a big choice.
Because Catherine's coming out, you're saying, with those vamps?
Yeah, and that's what we're building to. He's in love with Catherine. He's in love with Elena.
Well, if there's a Catherine and an Elena and there's a Stefan and a Damon, it should be pretty easy.
Okay. Tell them that. All right. Damon is going to maybe sacrifice himself in some way, but it won't be permanent. He's going to take some big fall to show that he's on the right side of this whole battle, which is boiling up. And like I've been saying, Bonnie is going to play a big role. Yeah,
well, she already did some crazy magic as Emily Bennett.
I know, but that was as Emily Bennett. Bonnie is going to accept the call. She's going to go on her hero's journey. She is going to become the hero that she was destined to be.
Perfect.
If you like the Vampire Diaries and or you are a young adult, you should check out my young adult book series, The Happenstances. That's what the book series is called. It's 2 books so far. We're working on the 3rd. At tinyurl.com/thehappenstances, there are fun summertime fiction comedy books. You should check them out. Read them by the pool or the beach. For any questions or concerns, follow me at Peter L. Harmon on Twitter or Instagram. Ash isn't on Twitter, and she's private on Instagram. And if you have something to say to her that isn't weird, I'll tell her. But as we said last episode, even if you say something weird, I'll probably tell her to be like, how weird is this person who told me this thing? Mm-hmm. Or email thehappenstances@gmail.com. Don't tweet spoilers for the Vampire Diaries at me, please. You will get muted, not blocked. I need the follower count. And, hey, go to ko-fi.com/high dive publishing. We got a lot of stuff going on over there. There's short stories, and actually, High Dive Publishing recently had a writing contest, and in the next couple of weeks, there will be a contest winner's short story on there, Ash.
That's fun.
Yeah. I don't even know who the winner is yet. I bet it'll be good. We'll see. And as always, tune in on Thursdays to this very show you're listening to.
Thirsty Thursdays.
Bloodthirsty Thursdays?
Bloodthirsty Thursdays.
Yeah, I'm just thirsty.
Oh, yeah, no blood. Bloodthirsty Thursdays.
Anything else you got, Ash?
Goodbye.